Because if we don't talk about this now, then when will we have this conversation? The longer it takes, the larger that elephant in the room is going to get. The number 2 reason why marriages fall apart is money. So let's get real. Let's have the conversation now, because if we don't do it now, we might not ever get around to it and it'll be too late. My name is Andrew Finney, your real estate geek. If you need help finding a top agent where you live, or if you simply want to drop me a line to say hello, my contact info is below. If you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel now. Like this video and tap the bell icon to get notified of the next one. Thank you. Okay team, let's take a closer look at this. The first thing that we need to identify is what is a prenup. A prenup is essentially a division of the assets by the laws of the state that you reside in and as agreed upon between you and your partner. So that means that you and your partner both have the opportunity to air your concerns and share the realities of what you'd like to see happen in the unfortunate case if you split up. Like anything else, there's always a top 10 list for something, right? And marriage.com has a top 10 list for what causes divorces most of the time. Money is the number 2 thing right behind infidelity. So it's one of those things that we got to be real about, because the average length of a US marriage lasts anywhere between 7 years and 10 years. And people look at selling and buying a home about every 7 to 9 years going into the future. That means that you could be purchasing a home together, and the reality is you might split up before the time comes to sell your property and move on to your next one. So you want to be crystal clear about what you're doing, and the best way to do that is to have these conversations up front. Now this might invoke a little bit of fear and anxiety with you, but it's okay. Understand that fear is simply false evidence appearing real, and the best way to replace fear is with education, and with knowledge comes power, and with power comes confidence, and with confidence comes comfort, and when you have comfort you have clarity and peace of mind. So the best thing to do is to sit down and have a realistic conversation, because if there's something in your mind right now, something in your stomach that doesn't feel right, it's not going to get any better as the days grow longer and become years with your significant other. We want to make sure that we have these conversations today. It's a lot easier to have them now than to try to have these conversations 5 to 7 years in the future. So understand what's going on, because it's really protecting you and it's really protecting them. What it really boils down to is this is an act of the heart. This is an act and expression of love. By talking through your prenuptial agreement, it's really just an extension of your natural conversations that you have right now, planning for the future in a way that's customized to your unique circumstances of living together and your priorities together as a couple. A great idea would be to hire an attorney together and go through the specifics of what you want to see going into the future if for some reason a division happened between you and your significant other. Now these things go well beyond splitting assets, property, debts. Prenuptial agreements can also include lifestyle clauses like who's going to get custody of the dog or the cat in the event of a divorce, who's going to get custody of the goldfish that's in the tank, right? So I mean seriously, it comes down to lifestyle choices too, who gets what and when. Now you got to make sure that it's enforceable by law in the state that governs you, so hence the attorney coming in explaining to you what may or may not be enforceable in your state and what may or may not be a good idea in practice. Getting real about this now before you get married is extremely important. This isn't something that you want to do about a week from tying the knot. This is something you want to do right away. Now when you start thinking about getting engaged, and it's that all that excitement and all of that love that we feel within ourselves, and we want to make the other person happy, we want to be successful, we want to have a great relationship together, that is also the best time to have this conversation, because both of you are more likely to share your open and honest opinions at that time with each other about what your thoughts are. Now sometimes this can be a little bit of a delicate matter. It just depends on the other person. Having the conversations early in the relationship about where someone's thoughts are in the political, the religious, the financial, the prenuptial, all of these different thought processes, and knowing the person down to their core being is going to be very beneficial to you in a long-term relationship. Hopefully you defy the statistics, and hopefully you defy the odds, and you guys have that forever type of love, that true forever love that will last a lifetime. Either way, just in case, because the statistics aren't exactly in our favor, then let's plan out to protect ourselves and protect the one that we now love in case something changes into the future. If you already got married and you're wondering, well, is it too late to do a prenup? It might be too late to do a prenuptial agreement. There are things called like postnuptials, so a post agreement after the fact that you and your significant other can sit down and talk it through with an attorney to see what you can do. It's not a bad idea to keep things updated even after you have a prenuptial agreement, especially if in the official capacity of getting married you experience a major life change, like you've had a baby, or you bought a house, or you have a lot of assets, you have got an inheritance or something like that. It's not a bad idea to keep this thing updated even after you get married. It's something to be real about, and it's something to be honest about. Now let's keep it real and be honest with ourselves and with each other. To help you talk through the details of a prenuptial or postnuptial agreement, it's very simple. Pick up the phone and call an attorney that specializes in family law. Set a time to meet with them and have an honest conversation between you and your significant other and make sure it's something that you want to do, whether it's the prenuptial or the postnuptial. Having a plan going forward is only going to make your relationship stronger, and you'll probably find that it reinforces your values together as a couple. So it doesn't have to be something that's a bad thing. It can actually be a good thing, helping you become closer together by having insight into how each other thinks and validating all the feelings that you guys share together right now. So we want to see you successful, and we want to see you happy well into the future. I hope you've learned a lot from this video today. Please tell us what you're thinking about this in the comment section below, along with any of your advice as it pertains to prenuptials or postnuptial agreements. Thank you. Now I'm going to go ahead and pop up my contact information. If you simply want to drop me a line to say hello, or if you need help finding a top agent where you live, please let me know. Always love to hear from you. Always here to help. If you haven't already done so, I'm going to ask you to do 3 things. Number 1, please subscribe to this channel. Number 2, please like this video. And number 3, please share this video around with someone you know is going to be able to help, because I'm sure you could think of somebody right now, probably a friend or a family member that is planning a wedding, and they might not have had this conversation yet or wondering if they should. Please share this video with them and give them some information that will help them plan out their future. Thank you. And between now and next time, I'm wishing you and yours a lifetime full of love, wealth, abundance, and happiness. Thank you for watching today, team, and enjoy an amazing day.